Hello, Aquarius. This is Gypsy Spirit here with you, ready to give you your tarot reading for the week of February 11th through the 17th, 2024. And I've already drawn your oracle cards and your tarot cards. We'll go ahead and get started. First, I want to say, as always, this is a general reading. Some of it may resonate, some of it may not. What resonates, wonderful. What doesn't, just let it go. And if you want your own personal reading, we'll talk about that at the end of the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. A couple of weeks ago, I did a reading for you, and the title of it was Open Your Heart to Greater Things, Aquarius. There has been a lot of something happened. Something happened to you, Aquarius, that really made you feel like you hit rock bottom. It's almost like you just spiral downward. And I say that because we actually have in the map card, the rock bottom card, where you almost feel like you went down a rabbit hole of some kind. The High Priestess is your major card here. You got a couple of major cards. I think this is a good reading in looking at the cards. It may feel like it's a little gloomy in the beginning, but just listen up. The High Priestess in reverse. Honey, there was something that you saw. Maybe it could be a relationship. It may be, this is a general reading, so you got to pick your story. It could be a relationship, a job, or something to do with a family member. But there were some red flags, and you saw them. You did. You saw them. And you didn't listen to the red flags. And I always say that if you ignore the red flags, there is a very high consequence you will have to pay in the end. And that is exactly what is happening with you, Aquarius, and that is what has caused you to feel like you've gone down that rabbit hole and absolutely hit rock bottom. Because you did see a red flag, sweetheart. You did. Your higher divine, your high priestess, that little voice inside you was telling you, don't do this. Don't do it. You saw the red flag and you still went through with it. Whatever it was. Could have been a job, a relationship, a situation with a family member, whatever. You knew that you weren't supposed to do it. You disconnected that higher divine. Listen. So I don't know, I guess like 10 years ago, I got involved with a guy, and even before I dated him, he did something that did not set right with my spirit. I mean, I remember it was something he had said out in public, and I just I wanted to throw up because it was so horrible. And I tried to convince myself that it was somebody else that said it and not him. And I went out with him and started getting involved with him. And about 3 or 4 weeks later, asked him about that incident. And he admitted, yeah, that was him that had made the horrible comment. And there was my red flag. I didn't run then. And then I kept getting more and more red flags, and I kept staying in the relationship. And guess what? 2.5 years later, it ended very, very badly. Almost to the point. It was like the worst relationship I had ever been in, the worst breakup I had ever been in. And I almost ended up in jail. That's how bad it was. So I feel like Aquarius, something very similar has happened with you. Again, it may not be a relationship. It could be a work situation or family situation. But in any case, you had red flags and you didn't listen to them. And again, you need to, you got to listen. Reconnect with your higher divine. Listen to that voice inside you so that you can, because the High Priestess, the way that I see the High Priestess is that is like we have a blueprint written out about our life before we're even born. There's contracts made from the way that I understand it. There's contracts made where when we come to this planet, we're born here. There's lessons we're supposed to learn, a path we're supposed to follow so that we can learn the lessons we need to learn and evolve to a higher level. Um, and it's the high priestess that is that spiritual connection that has that blueprint of our life. And when you're hearing that sound or that voice telling you, don't do this, or whatever, or the red flag that you're seeing or that you're hearing, you need to pay attention. And in this case, sweetheart, Aquarius, you are not paying attention. Okay? So, and that is the reason why you ended up here. Okay? I'm not trying to slap your hand or anything. I'm just telling you the way that it is. And, but now it is time to open your heart to greater things. Although we have the Ten of Swords and reverse here, so it's telling me swords is conflict. So it tells me that you have not gotten over the pain yet. That this, whatever it was that happened, you've not gotten over it. And it's still hanging on to you. But it is very important right now for you, Aquarius, that you find balance in friendships. The Gerber Daisy is your flower in the flower card. Your friendships work best when there's an equal share of giving and receiving. So I feel like in this reading that you may have a tribe, as I call it, a tribe, or your peoples, or maybe you need to find a new tribe. Maybe you need to find a new playground and new playmates. But whatever you do, it's got to be an equal, a balance in friendships of giving and receiving. And these could be new friendships. Like I said, you may be needing to find some new territory or new playground with new playmates. But I know this sounds like it's all doom and gloom, and it's not, because we got the Chariot card here. Okay, so we have to learn lessons and get back on the road we're supposed to be on. The high priestess, reconnect with the high priestess and stay on that path that we're supposed to be on. We're almost like, us humans, we're almost like Pinocchio, where we get sidetracked. And this is what happened to you. You got sidetracked. And it happens to the best of us. But, open your heart to greater things, because greater things are here to come. The Chariot card, which I am very happy to say, is not in reverse. And that means that you are trying to get yourself out of that rock bottom rabbit hole that you went into. You are taking notice and realizing that the mistake that you made, or what you should have done in this situation. But the Chariot card is telling me that one of the reasons why you went down this rabbit hole, it has to do with a habit, or a destructive behavior, thought pattern, just a pattern in your life that is destructive. And you wouldn't have gone through it if you would have listened to your higher divine, but because you were stuck in a pattern from some events that had happened earlier in your life, this lifetime, you went down this rabbit hole. But in the Chariot card, I hope you're following what I'm telling you. The Chariot card here is telling me, yes, you are on a mission and breaking whatever it is that causes you to go down this rabbit hole every time. So it could be a behavior. It could be some sort of an addiction. It could be thoughts, self-destruction, whatever it is. It could be, habits that are not serving you very well. You are working on trying to listen to that higher divine, that the high priestess, you are trying to stay away from having to go down that rabbit hole again, because you know how dangerous it is. So I see that here in the Chariot card, which is good. You are gaining strength. So yeah, you've been hurt. Things have not gone your way. You've had to go down this rabbit hole. You're going to find your way out. And I say that because Isaiah is your angel card. Isaiah says, it is a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. I believe that you're starting to have like a lot of I guess like meditation and realizing things in your life. And Isaiah says, I am watching over you, guiding you, and protecting you during these changes. And I see you trying to make these changes when I see the Chariot card. So yes, your angel Isaiah is looking over you. I feel like you are trying to find new territory, new playground, new playmates, find new interests, but finding balance in the people that you associate yourself with in regards to giving and receiving. This has not been an easy thing for you, because this has been a repeated pattern, especially with relationships. If this is in regards to a relationship, this is not the first time something like this has happened to you. But you are trying to make changes, and that is good. Again, a couple of weeks ago, it was all about open your heart to greater things. And as long as you expect greater things and expect to be, or you set the stage and having expectations of having those friendships that are equal, then that will happen. But again, you're working very hard, Aquarius, and 2024, I believe, is going to be a good year for you. Maybe not so much in romantic relationships, but I think it's going to be a really good year for you, and you realizing some things in your life that you need to change so that you can have that perfect or that wonderful romance that you've always wanted. But you got to make some changes within yourself, and it's okay. Again, your angel Isaiah is looking over you and helping you make these changes and adjustments. It is a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put it in the box below. I always respond. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you would like to subscribe to my channel so that you can hear more of my videos, hit the subscribe button. And at last, if you want to have your own reading, all you have to do is go to my website. It is listed in the box below. You can go to the website and it will give you instructions on how to get your own personal reading. I hope this helps, and stay true to yourself and keep moving forward, because you're on the right path. And I will see you next week. Bye-bye.